Okay, so how to make a 780 present farm. 780 a minute. You start with mergers. Make sure that you go to the center, very center, and face forward. Then you put 2 on each side in the center of those squares going into it. Make sure everything's centered, and then you face it forward again and get all the other squares. Make doubly sure you don't mess up, because it is a huge hassle if you do. You want to make every single one of them. Once you got those done, come back to the center and make another one on top that's also going out, and then alternate left, right, left, right, or vice versa. Just alternate them on the top of your center line there. Then take your Mark 5s and go from the output to the side, from the output to the side, and just do that all the way down until you reach the end, and then go straight across. And you're going to do that again, same thing. Then you're going to mirror on the other side, just do the same thing. Then take your lifts and leapfrog them down the center chain from the output to the input. That brings everything to this center location here. Then you take a pillar, drop down, you take your pillar, and you go up 2, so you're just underneath the splitter, or the merger. Then you take a floor panel, and you have to nudge it into place. Make sure it's in place, and then just zoop it all the way across your build plate. And this one, I like to use the clear so you can see, but it doesn't really matter because you're removing it later. Go back to your pillar, and then here we only go up 1. And we do it again with the floor. We want to nudge it into place. Make sure it's centered, and then we want to zoop it all the way back, just like that. Then we go and we get our trees. make sure they're facing backwards, and we place a tree on every square. Again, you always want to make sure that you're centered. I know I'm saying it a lot, I understand that, but it is better to repeat myself than to have you run into a problem. So just keep going, make sure you're centered on each block, and just go, go, go. Fill out each one. As you go. After you do that, we want to connect them. So we take our lifts and just connect them to the merger underneath them. Just go row by row. Don't leave any tree untouched. It should click down to the right spot every time as you go. Just take your time, don't miss any of them. The last row in. If everything is done right, you'll have enough space. Then you want to come in and delete all of your floors. And make sure you're only deleting floor, because you don't want to accidentally delete something you need. Just go through carefully and hit every floor panel. And get your pillars too. And I forgot, you can do this now. It's not too hard, but it's better if you had done it beforehand. I'm sorry about that. You go through the center and connect all these outputs, just snake them around, following the stitch that you had done. Those top sets, that top center set, so they all fall into this guy as well at the end of everything. Once you've got all your trees done and all of that connected, go down to your mainframe and save your blueprint and make it A or B or tree farm, because you're going to need more of these. The astute math people around have realized that this is only about half of the math. So I'm going to clear it because I've already saved it. Now you're going to need to take 2 of the blueprints you just made to make the 780 belt. So to combine them, we make this thing. You grab a merger and you're on the center one of the second to last row. facing forward. Then next to it, on the next one, we want into it and into it, right on the line this time, not in the center. Next to those, we want the tree. These two trees will give you that extra little addition that you needed. And they go right up against those mergers as far as their box is concerned. Then take 2 more mergers, and you want them just right here, and build them up. 2 tall. Then you take your chute, whoops, I need these one closer. You want it to where the to auto connect, so you want it closer, right off that corner. Oh nope, you line it on the line, and make sure you have it set in a way that it'll connect to each other. There we go. So you want it just on the line this way, and just one crossover this way, and you want to do the same over here. So I'm just using splitters because it makes it easier to make sure that you get the conveyor lift correct. Did I do it again? No, okay. So then you want to remove the double stacks that you just made, because they were only there to put these in. Then you get one of these little conveyor guys, and you want to put it as close to the tree as you can on this line. And the same on the other side. Just go on that line until it doesn't like it anymore. Then you go back to your conveyor belt. Go from the conveyor holder you just set, the 2 conveyor holders you just set down, into those splitters. Go from those splitters into the center splitter. From the trees into the splitters they're next to. And then go save it, because your mixer's done. So come here, go to this, label it, tree farm combiner or something of that sort, and save it. I'm going to clear it because I already have it. Now, how do you put it all together? Well, you pull out your blueprints, you find it, make sure you know which way it's going, then you place it in the center of whatever box you want as the main one, and you build 2 of them. I gotta go grab more resources, bear with me. Plenty plants. probably have enough. Of these, but I'm just going to grab more. Alright, now I should have enough to build the other one. Sorry about that. These things take a bunch. So, you go to your blueprints, pull out your tree farm. You place it in the center of your 5th one over. I lost power on my pack, but it will center itself as long as you find the center block there. So now you have 2 of them next to each other. Then you take out your other blueprint, your combiner. Let me get some air. Okay, so then you take your next blueprint, the combiner, you go to the center between the 2 of them, and then the center of the block just in front of them, and place it. Coming out, so they're all facing the same direction. See, there's your entrance to these 2. Then you take your belts. Now mine's slightly different. When you have the belt ending here, I don't have that. So, because I built this before I added that bit of life to it. But you're going to end up with this. You just connect it here. You're already going to have that connection. And then you connect this one to here, like I said. That's the connector you made earlier. So you're already going to have that connection here. And you're just combining this. Then you go from the lifts to the top ones. And this right here, if we power my little awesome sink right here and we run our 780 out, you will always get 780 out of this output. It'll be constant, and right now we're eating away at what it saved up while we were working. So over here I have my entire farm set up going, and as you can see, they're going into sinks right now, but they look pretty. And what's coming out of the bottom, just like over there, if we look underneath where it's all going, we have a 780 belt, full and always full. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped, and Merry Christmas.